Both Senator Vinehout and Senator Moulton say they've been to the state legislature before, but they have new plans for creating new jobs for western Wisconsin. With changing to an automated system, the city is concerned that they will be losing some of their customer service. They say there will be a transition time where folks like Sandy here will help. In order to get you to come in and take a slice, golf courses are realizing they might have to slash the price. Those in the Youth Symphony say they may or may not go into music professionally, but it gives them a lifelong appreciation. Rescuers use suits like these to help pull people from the frigid waters, because in those conditions, even trying to rescue someone could be dangerous.
Kelly Schlicht is live outside the Justice Center tonight. And Kelly, do we know how he died?
Chris, the county coroner says the autopsy has been completed, but he's not releasing any details about how Ball died until the investigation into the death has wrapped up. However, they say that Ball was not on a suicide watch before the death happened.
Kelly Schlicht was in the courtroom today when Shane Hawkins' sentence was handed down. She's live at the Chippewa County Courthouse tonight. And Kelly, what was the reaction to that sentence this afternoon?
Well, Chris, the district attorney originally recommended life in prison without the possibility of parole, and that is also what the victim, Jason Grau's family, had suggested too. But the judge said with Hawkins' mental state, if he was in prison for 20 years getting treatment and medication, he may no longer be dangerous. Hi, Megan. Right now it's like Mother Nature is slapping me in the face out here. It's cold, it's windy, and it's brutal out here. So make sure if you are going to clear that snow off your driveway this morning before you head to work, bundle up and protect your face. Also, you're going to be dealing with some drifts, as Mark was saying, and just to show you how bad it is drifting out here, the official snowfall total for the area, I believe, is around 6 inches. We're going to measure it out here now with our ruler, and it is coming in at nearly 10.5 to 11 inches out here in some drifts, and there are drifts out here on Hastings Way that are even worse than that. So make sure when you are heading out and driving this morning that you take it slow, and if you can, stay home, and please be careful. Live here on Hastings Way in Eau Claire, Kelly Schlicht, WEAU 13 News.
Kelly Schlicht has been following this story since last night. She joins us now live in the newsroom. Kelly, what have you learned today?
Amelia, investigators are still trying to identify the man officers pulled over and then later found dead in his vehicle after rounds of gunfire were exchanged.
Very scared. We didn't know what's going on. I mean, when you have 30 shots going off and cops running all over the place, you don't know.
Neighbors say they were caught off guard Friday at around 6:30 p.m. when they heard shots fired in this residential area of Tomah.
We heard just the pop, 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 and as we turned, we seen all the cop cars, but at the time we didn't really know it was gunshots,
Tomah police say they were following up on a drive-by shooting that happened earlier in the day when they pulled over the red pickup truck on this street. That's when the shooting started.
The preliminary investigation indicates that the driver of the vehicle exited the vehicle and immediately fired upon the officers.
Eyewitnesses say they saw a police officer, Josh Kenworthy, get shot in the left foot.
And I kind of saw a cop limping over to his car and a whole bunch of cops running around all over the place.
Officer Kenworthy's prognosis looks good at this time. However, he remains hospitalized.
After the officers secured the scene and waited for an armored vehicle from the La Crosse County Sheriff's Department to arrive, they found the 28-year-old man dead behind the wheel of this pickup.
We have no indication at this point, based on the information that we know, that he died from any other cause other than the exchange of gunfire between he and the officers on scene.
Chief Wes Revels says the truck the suspect drove was stolen from Wyoming, and they're working to confirm if the ID found in the pickup was actually the suspect's true identity. Meanwhile, the community says it's shaken that something like this could happen. The police say they're working with the Department of Criminal Investigation and the State Crime Lab to determine if this officer-involved shooting is related to the drive-by shooting that happened earlier Friday afternoon near the Tomah Airport. Live in the newsroom, Kelly Schlicht, WEAU 13 News.
Kelly Schlicht is just back into our studio after spending the evening there. Kelly, what have you seen?
Amelia, the majority of damage happened to trees blown over and uprooted by the extremely strong winds that topped nearly 60 to 70 miles an hour. But the people in Augusta say they're lucky no one got hurt. Cleanup began immediately early Sunday evening after storms ravaged Augusta, dropping trees into roadways and making neighbors run for cover.
We looked up in the tree, and there was, because the birds are really making a lot of noise, next thing you know, the birds just headed out. And as soon as that happened, I told my wife we needed to get in the basement, and this tree right here behind us came down.
And so did this pine just down the block. This homeowner says he was watching from his front window as this tree fell and nearly hit his house. Instead, it landed on both of these cars.
First thing I did was look outside, and I yelled down to my wife. I said, "You lost your van." I'm not as upset about the van as my 92 Jetta. So I've got a car over there that really can't be replaced.
As they take stock, a bit shaken from the storm, they say they've rarely seen anything like it in their lives.
Everything kind of turned a kind of a yellowish color because there's so much dust kicking up, but we did not see any final cloud. We just saw the straight line winds. You could just see the wind just going straight across.
But homeowners say even with all of the damage, they truly dodged a brutal blow from Mother Nature.
2 vehicles, nobody was hurt. Everybody's fine, so what else can you ask for?
While some in town thought it may have been a tornado that hit Augusta, video of clouds don't show any apparent rotation. However, they'll have to wait until the National Weather Service gets out here to determine if it was just winds.
It's just a pointless act of cruelty on a person with no soul.
Jason Grau's mother, Jennifer, along with other family members, gave emotional statements in court as a Chippewa County judge sentenced Shane Hawkins to life in prison with the possibility of extended supervision after 20 years.
Whether you continue to be dangerous for the rest of your life is actually unknown. I don't know if they'll be doing treatments for your mental health situation.
But District Attorney John Tyson and Grau disagree with the sentence.
I understand the judge's position, but I think he is a chronically dangerous individual and should never be released.
I don't think he'll be better in 20 years, to tell you the truth. He had, 31 years to take medication, seek help, and he never did.
Hawkins had his chance to make a statement in court and offered a prayer.
God, we pray that you help us to know right from wrong and good from bad, and please, God, open our eyes to see you and open our ears to hear you.
But his words gave way to anger, not solace from Grau's family.
How dare he make that prayer? Pray for life, pray for this, pray for that. And then pray for innocent children. He killed an innocent child, so how dare he? He used God's name in vain with that whole prayer.
Grau's mother says she's forgiven Hawkins, and now she's trying to follow the words her son lived by. Only God can judge. Kelly Schlicht, WEAU 13 News.